Hello everyone and welcome back to another average review. And in celebration of the new movie Red 1 starring J.K. Simmons, we're going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home J. Jonah Jameson. Now, since I don't have the box for this guy anymore, let's take a look at him up close. So, starting off with this head, I believe this was the alternate head he came with. I don't think this was the one in the box. I don't know, it might have been. But the point is, this is an unbelievably accurate J.K. Simmons head sculpt. I mean, that's just J.K. Simmons. It looks almost photorealistic. I mean, the wrinkles, his teeth, his eyes, I mean, it is perfect for J.K. Simmons as he was seen in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now granted, the rest of the body is slightly less impressive. It's a standard Marvel Legends suited body. I think he might have some new tooling in his torso, and maybe the coat, but he does have a new fist hand, and why do I say it's new? Because he's got his wedding ring painted and sculpted on, which I think is a really nice touch, and he doesn't have it on the other hand either. Now granted, I don't dislike that they reused the standard suited body. It looks nice, you know. It's in this nice shade of blue, the shirt's white. I would like to mention I painted the buttons on my own just because I thought that would improve it. So these were originally, the same white as the rest of the shirt. That's not a big problem though. You can see really nice detailing. It all matches very well. The realistic head matches the realistic suited body. Now, moving from the sculpt to the articulation, and J. Jonah Jameson is a bit limited, but that's fine because, he's not super acrobatic. He's J. Jonah Jameson. Now, his head is on a disc hinge, so he can look up a very far amount, presumably to look up at Spider-Man who's crawling up his window, and he can look down this far to yell at Spider-Man when he's crawling down from the window. And he can turn his head all the way around. He's got shoulders that can swivel back and forth and hinge under 90 degrees. He's got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows with a perfect bend, and hands that can swivel and hinge up and down. Granted, it's a little limited by the sleeve cuffs he's got here. Now, he does have an ab crunch, but that overlay coat really gets in the way, so he isn't really getting any forward and back. Granted, he does have a waist swivel, which gets him some nice side to side. He's got ball jointed hips that kick forward a fair amount. You can actually see where they've hid some of the legal information on the inner leg. Pretty smart move. That's a pretty good kick forward. An alright split, a little limited, once again, by this coat piece. He's got thigh swivel right here, so he gets some turn there. Double jointed knees with a pretty good bend, and feet that can hinge backwards, forwards, and pivot side to side. So, like I said earlier, he's not super acrobatic, but it's some pretty good posability, especially for J. Jonah Jameson. But to start off our figure comparisons, I'm starting out with the standard male and female figures I use for these comparisons, the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows, Spider-Man, and Spinneret. And if you couldn't guess, there's going to be a lot of Spider-Man related comparisons. So, moving on from Renew Your Vows Spidey to his direct predecessor, we have the 2020 retro carded Spider-Man. For some younger versions of Spider-Man, though, we have Ultimate Spider-Man and the Amazing Fantasy 15 First Appearance Spidey. The Ultimate Spidey is specifically one that came in a 2-pack with the Vulture. For two Toy Biz versions of Spider-Man, we have the Toy Biz Spider-Man line Magnetic Spidey based on the art of Humberto Ramos, and the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Urban Legends box set Spider-Man. Yes, this thing still haunts me and my nightmares. But for the wall-crawling menace that belongs with this J. Jonah Jameson, we have the Marvel Legends No Way Home Final Swing Spider-Man. For some of Spidey's greatest villains, though, we have Toy Biz and Hasbro versions of the Green Goblin. For two of Spidey's older villains, though, here he is with Dr. Octopus and the Chameleon. I would like to note that the shades of blue on Chameleon and this J. Jonah J are actually very similar. If you're wondering what a head swap looks like, here you go. What I'd like to note is that this Chameleon figure actually came with an alternate J. Jonah Jameson head, so this feels pretty fitting. For one of Spidey's biggest and baddest villains, we have the Kingpin of Crime, Wilson Fisk. For another large-scale Spidey villain, we have the Rhino. For a Spidey villain turned hero in his own right, we have Venom. But for a villain J. Jonah Jameson actually caused the creation of, we have the Scorpion. For two live-action Spidey villains, though, we have the Toy Biz versions of Green Goblin Norman Osborn and Dr. Octopus. And man, it is amazing to see how far figure likenesses have come in 20-ish years. A little bit more, but at the time of this one, these were 20 years apart. But finally, for the reason we're looking at this J. Jonah Jameson, we have Santa Claus. This is specifically one of the Santa variants from the Naughty or Nice collection. But as is tradition, here's the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home J. Jonah Jameson with Hit Monkey and Goliath. Now, the hands and head I have on J. Jonah J right now are already pretty dynamic. I mean, he's shouting straight at you while pointing, it's, in my opinion, necessary for a J. Jonah Jameson figure. Although, this J. Jonah J also comes with a static expression and two fully open hands for anyone to, surrender, slap someone, slam his desk, and this hand still has the wedding ring fully painted and sculpted on, which is a very nice touch, and just like the yelling head, the likeness to J.K. Simmons is immaculate. Now, I gotta say, I love this J. Jonah Jameson, and that's partially due to two reasons not related to this figure. One, I love J.K. Simmons, he's a great actor. Two, I love J. Jonah Jameson as a character. But still, even without those two facts, this is an amazing figure. I mean, he's got good likeness, fairly decent articulation for a really, really not athletic character. But still, there's a lot of dynamism in the accessories he has, especially the pointing and yelling head sculpt. That, accompanied with the aforementioned things out of this figure's control, and also the detail of the wedding ring being painted on both hands, well, this figure is pretty great. Still, it's not super exceptional, so I think I'll just give him an 8 out of 10. I'd say that's a pretty fair rating for a very good figure. That's ultimately not the most special thing in the world. Now, don't take that as me disliking this figure in the slightest. I love it. And that's also probably because it's the only J. Jonah Jameson actually in my collection, since there's not actually that many figures of him. But with all that review stuff out of the way, I hope you all have a great day, because you deserve it. And also, if you guys have seen the movie Red 1, tell me what you thought of it. I'm going to be going to see it tomorrow, so yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Bye-bye.